How's everybody doing? My name is Alan Roberts, and I'm back again with another video on women's hormonal health and how the system is just absolutely betrayed. Um, I wanted to first of all send a very, very, very sincere thank you to my wife, Crystal, for sharing these videos and bringing this to my attention. I almost feel a little bit like bad that I did not research this more ahead of time. I knew HR. I've always suggested HRT to the women that we coach. We do coach the vast majority of women. I know for a lot of women out there that think I'm very, very, very rough around the edges. That's a very hard thing to understand. But I just once you're trying, I'm your biggest cheerleader. If you're not trying, I'm not going to fucking let it go. And that's how it goes. So I'm going to try to. I just swore, and I'm going to try to keep the swearing down in this video. If you haven't seen my video from yesterday, I highly recommend you go watch it. I highly recommend you check it out. It was filled with a bunch of information that I think is being hidden from you. But this video also to be filled with tons and tons and tons of information that is very, very, very good for all of you to hear. If you are a woman or there are women in your life that you love, I do think you should absolutely pay as close attention to these videos as possible. Because very frankly, this is some scary stuff. This is stuff that like we very, very seriously need to have a very serious societal conversation about. Truly kind of eye-opening. And there is good news. I do have a video that I'm going to play at the end that is actually good news about this. But this is still very, 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 very bad. I don't know what else to say besides we're just going to let some of the videos play because I don't know how to approach, like how to explain that this actually proves my point that they want you fat, sick, weak, and dependent upon them. If we would do the very bare minimum and help people to be healthy, we would not have nearly the problems we have with chronic illness, Alzheimer's, those sorts of things. I've said this before, and this is not tooting my own horn. What Crystal and I, my wife and I, what we do is healthcare. What the healthcare system does, that's sick care, and they are financially invested in keeping you sick. Just so you grasp that. And this kind of shows it. Let me pull up some videos here for you. I'll do it one at a time. And this one I think is the first one I should show. Nope, that's not it. I'm sorry. That was me. That's me. That's for later. Let me see about this one.
This will.
Nope. Also not. That's also for later. Let's go to desktop. So we're going to start with, I guess, this one. I don't know where the other ones went. Very, very weird. Very weird. Actually, hang on. I think I know where they went. I got to download it to, where's it going? Desktop. There it is. It should be there. We'll save it again. Sorry, I'm ill-prepared because I was ranting about that other insane woman earlier. Girl, I should say girl. She's a girl. Not actually a woman. Because you got to be an idiot. Let me go to all files. And where are they at? They're not there. Desktop. All files. There they are. Okay. This is the first video that we need to see. It's an invalid file type. Of course it is. Why would it not be? Let's get to the other one. It's going to do it for every file. Is it really?
Clinic,
Here we go.
prescribe testosterone, an FDA-approved, naturally occurring hormone, covered by insurance. But all of those prescriptions, they're for men. In fact, 1 in 5 men are diagnosed with hypogonadism, a condition where their bodies stop making enough testosterone. Nearly all women experience the same hormone decline when they live long enough. Men have more than a dozen FDA-approved formulations. But when a woman asks for the same hormone, I have to tell her, there's no FDA-approved dose for you. The FDA is failing women by denying access to a hormone their bodies naturally produce. Meanwhile, male testosterone products were approved with just 6 months of safety data. That is not a lack of evidence.
Which, by the way, that is also frightening and not what I did not know. But that was proved a while ago, and there is a ton of safety data. That shocked me because I do my goddamn research, and I'm on TRT. I just showed it to you, and I do my research. So I was a little shocked by it, but very happy that it worked out for me.
It's a regulatory and equity failure. With no FDA-approved product, insurance won't cover it. Women are forced to microdose male products, justify their prescriptions at the pharmacy, or pay cash for higher dose, less regulated pellets. Despite these barriers, as many women as men in America take testosterone. And
I was unaware of that. You know that, so I was unaware that as many women as men take testosterone. Completely unaware. But it makes me actually a little happier because, to be real, hormone replacement therapy, if you ask me, is way more important for women than it is men. Like, here's the thing. My days of hard labor are over unless it's working on the homestead. And then I love digging and I love fucking doing shit. I love hunting. I love hiking. I love all that shit, right? But I'm not digging no ditches for work no more. Like, my body, I don't know if my body would take that kind of beating nonstop. It's one of the reasons why I don't lift heavy anymore. I want my body to last a long time. And I definitely athletically have used my body. I was a gymnast. I was in martial arts. I was a state champion pole vaulter. I put my body through the ringer, and it was not good. It was very painful. And sometimes it's still very painful. I have broken many bones, and I don't think that that's in my way. So me being on testosterone is about my long-term health, but it's also about, like, it's not as important. Like, if you ask me, my testosterone level could be a little lower, and I would just have to work a little harder. For women, it staves off a lot more chronic illness than it does for men, if you ask me. Like, the research I'm doing, I'm kind of like flabbergasted by. But keep going.
What happens when they do? They start businesses. One said, my math is back. Another, the German I learned as a kid has come back. And my favorite, you know that scene from The Wizard of Oz where it goes from black and white to Technicolor? That's my brain on testosterone. Dementia is the 5th leading cause of death in women. An autopsy study showed that higher brain testosterone correlated with less dementia.
Right.
1 in 4 midlife women in America are on antidepressants, despite the risk of bone loss and reduced libido. New data shows more women can come off their SSRIs by adding testosterone than by just using estrogen alone. 4 countries, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and the UK, have government-approved female-dose testosterone, but only for low sexual desire.
They actually asked that.
It forces women to justify treatment based upon sexual function, an already stigmatized issue that insurance often doesn't cover.
Bone loss? Absolutely. Absolutely. Bone loss as you get older is a big worry anyway. But bone loss normally happens from not only nutrition and not only sedentary behavior, but if your hormones are unregulated, if you have low testosterone, low estrogen, absolutely. You didn't see my video from yesterday, apparently. Go watch my video from yesterday. We covered it at length. It absolutely. That's why they call it elderly people are old and frail. You don't need to be frail. You're going to get old, but you don't need to be frail. Frailty is engineered almost at this point. They want you fat, sick, weak, and dependent upon them. They want you to live as long as possible, but they want your health span to be very short so they can keep you on the drugs. And I'll make an argument about that anytime to anybody.
With this current FDA, America will do better. Testosterone is the most abundant gonadal hormone.
We hope with this new FDA that we'll do better. I'm still not very happy with the new FDA, but that's a whole other different story that I would do differently. And RFK still won't return my phone calls. This is an amazing video right here.
Really disgusted to hear that at medical school.
That's not the one I want. It just won't play. That one just will not seem to play. That's crazy. Let's see if this one will play. Nope, invalid file type. Damn it. Okay. How about this? Let me try to send it a different way. It won't go. It will not play that. It will not play that. It will literally not play that file. But let's just listen to what that young lady has to say, because she is also very, very, very good at this. So here we go.
You were taught to be wary of WWs.
So my first clinic day, long white coat.
Listen to this, women. Listen to this. This is how, and I've seen charts that have similar stuff in it, where they label a patient as problematic, and that sticks with them. So that sticks with them. But listen to this.
So proud of it. It's brand new. I grab my chart and I open it up, and it's a woman, and it's her like third or fourth doctor visit for these laundry list of problems. She was in her 40s. Her periods were a little bit irregular. She wasn't sleeping. She gained some weight. She was having headaches.
Clearly in perimenopause.
She had no libido. She had some aches and pains. She had some dizziness. And so I go to my...
By the way, that is literally like almost every classic symptom except for maybe one or two of perimenopause. It's wild. And listen.
Upper level who's in charge of me that day, and I say, here's Miss Smith, and I present the case. And he goes, did you check her thyroid? I said, family medicine did. I went through the lab. She had some routine labs done. Everything was normal. Physical exam was pretty much normal. And he said, you got a WW.
Listen to this.
And I blinked and said, okay, what's that? And he said, don't write this in the chart, but that's a whiny woman.
What Katie Kirk and Dr. Mary Claire Haver are exposing here, it's...
If I ever saw my wife's chart and it had a WW in it, the doctor would need a doctor. I fucking kid you not. If my wife ever comes to anybody, a doctor, for any type of treatment, and they label her something like that, it is going to be very, very, very... I am not as evolved as people think I am. I may have a very high IQ, but I am telling you right now, I am a fucking savage when it comes to my family. If a doctor would label my wife like that and put it in her chart, the lengths I would go to fuck with that person in every way would be goddamn fucking insane. Somebody said, now I want to see my chart. Every one of you, every woman, every man, you should demand to see your chart and ask them to explain every fucking thing in there to you. There should be nothing confidential in your chart. If you say, I want to see my chart and explain it to me, it's their goddamn job as the person you're paying a lot of money via our insurances to do. And if they seem exacerbated by it, get a new fucking doctor and report them to the medical board immediately. Immediately. And if the medical board won't do anything about it, go to the fucking press. I see this in the messages that they are sent internally, not in your chart. Crazy that people write that in the chart. No shit. Even in internal messages, it's fucking crazy. And that's Dr. Allen. What's up? What's up?
Just the tip of the iceberg. They're talking about how women get dismissed.
And notice how I didn't even laugh when she says just a tip.
As whiny women, literally coded as WW in medical shorthand. I'm Dr. Bio, and I'm a family medicine physician. And during my training, I learned an additional one, TW, standing for train wreck. This was the code for patients.
I'd slap the fuck out of somebody. I mean, I'd be in the news. If somebody labeled my wife like that, I would be in the fucking news. I'm telling you, there's no way I wouldn't be. And not, I mean, even if it was, I would be in the news because the level I would fucking take it to immediately. Immediately. Somebody I love is coming to a doctor to get help. And by the way, for people like my wife and I to go to a doctor about anything is a big deal. I'm just letting you know that because I don't trust the fucking healthcare industry. I'm healthier than most of the fucking doctors I've ever fucking met. 40% of my clientele for weight loss and for lifestyle habits are doctors and nurses. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. She knows what the fuck we're talking about. If we decide we need to go to a doctor for something and they would fucking mock us or something like that, or we would find out that they would mock us, I am not that evolved. There would be problems. Yeah, I would be on the news.
Usually women.
Lauren, a nurse once told me that patients aren't allowed to see their charts. Makes no sense since it's your health. If you should report that nurse. You should report that nurse. Go straight to the administrator. And if they say there's confidential information on there, why is there confidential information about you? The healthcare industry is horrible. No offense, Alan.
with complex symptoms that didn't fit neat little boxes and hard to care for. These labels stick. They follow you through every medical record, every doctor visit. And once you're tagged as a difficult patient or a frequent flyer, it changes how doctors listen to you even before you open your mouth. The good news is many doctors are working to change this, and we need to celebrate and find them. That's why I created a...
We do, but most of you guys are still very, 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 very unequipped to deal with metabolic health and issues like that. I'm just going to say that because you're not trained on it. There's very little training even about hormonal health, yet alone for women or men in medical school. Very, 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 very little. That's why they stay away from it. And it's not in medical. Here's how you know what's healthy for you. If it's not covered in medical school, chances are it is very good for your preventative health. They don't cover nutrition. They don't cover women's hormonal health. They don't cover really menopause hormonal health, and they don't cover men's hormonal health. All those things keep you healthy. All of them, they keep you healthy. If a man maintains his hormone levels throughout his life, he may look a little older, but physically they stay younger. Your injuries repair better. Your skin stays more elastic. I mean, let's be real, and I'm not tooting my own horn, because I think I should be what the average 55-year-old man looks like, 54, 55-year-old man looks like. Crystal hates when I do that, because the very second I turn an age, I start calling myself the next age. I don't know why I do it. It's an ADHD thing. But realistically, like, I should be what the average 50-some-year-old man looks like, and I'm like in the top 1%. And that's not me tooting my own horn. That's me saying that's rather pathetic. I'm just saying. I'm saying that's rather pathetic. I should be average. I should be very, very, very average. And I'm not talking about my face. I look like I got hit by a train. But I'm talking like physical health, body-wise. I should be average at best. I mean, at best, right? And instead, I'm top tier for even like guys in their 20s nowadays. I'm at least in the top 25%. You know, like, that's fucking pathetic. That really, really, really is. And that shows you they want you fat, sick, weak, and undependent upon that. Dr. Allen, you're not trained on metabolic health. It's not even on our syllabus in our standardized tests. That means that doctors should not be treating metabolic disorder. They speak so confidently, like, you need to take this pill, this pill, this pill, this pill, this pill. Inject this, this, and this. Go ahead and eat some cheeseburgers. It's fucking ridiculous. So let's go to a couple more here, and video file. And this is a good one. This young lady, this is the one doctor. Now, I don't make any money from this. I'm just letting you know. I'm not an affiliate of hers. My wife follows her, but here is some talking about supplementation.
The supplements I take in a day and why, and the evidence behind them in 90 seconds or less. So we'll start with the powders that I put in my drink. I use a big 32-ounce cup. Top of line is creatine. This was studied in menopausal women doing strength training, showing increasing gains in muscle and strength. Also, when combined with strength training, we saw improvements in bone density as well. Here's another one. I also throw in my skin and bone collagen, which has 2 separate collagen products in it. One for skin health, as shown here in this study, and it was studied for bone health as well. Finally, I add a scoop of our fiber. There are multiple studies showing the benefits of fiber in the diet, especially in menopausal women. We see a decrease in metabolic syndrome and breast cancer. To this, I add a probiotic for gut health. And I created this omega-3 vitamin D and vitamin K combo. Why? Because when combined with exercise, with strength training in older adults for both men and women, they saw a significantly decreased risk, 62% of cancer rates.
Yep.
That's why I created this for my patients. And for me, I also take magnesium, the specific kind, magnesium L-threonate, crosses the blood-brain barrier and helps me with my sleep and being calm at night. The products I created are linked in the bio if you want to go check them out.
Yeah, go follow her. Go check out her products. I would add to that some magnesium glycinate also helps with sleep, especially if you have some sort of ADHD like I do. And I would also encourage everybody to be on some sort of nattokinase. You've got Pure Blood right here. This is from Clean Form Nutrition. You should go there right now. This is a great deal. But also, it has citrus bergamot extract, and it also has vitamin K2. Very, 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 very good for you. But these are all, that's the positive stuff. And I wanted to introduce one more person to you. I don't even know his name. Crystal sent me a video. but this is also a doctor, and I wasn't aware that this happened, but I'm very, very happy that it happened. So it looks like there might be some change on the way, but again, we still need to change the culture of America, but this is awesome.
Something really awesome happened the other day that you should be very... The FDA had a panel of 12 different doctors talking about all things relating to menopause and hormone replacement therapies. Well, why is that a big deal for you if you're a woman? Well, here's why. For decades, the FDA has had warning labels on hormones talking about potential risks for women taking hormone replacement therapies. A lot of these risks that were on these labels.
So every one of you that yesterday was talking about, like, doesn't that cause breast cancer? Doesn't it cause breast cancer?
Were inaccurate. It all went back to the Women's Health Initiative back in 2002. I've done tons of videos on this. Well, now the new FDA commissioner, Dr. McCary, has listened. He's listening to these experts talk about the safety specifically of estrogen and how important it is for bone health, brain health, and heart health. It was an awesome thing to watch. It was a couple hours long. I encourage you to watch it if you have the time. It was on YouTube, but this is great because this means FDA is going to take another look at the warning labels on hormones and hopefully review the benefits, especially of estrogen. It is magnificent. All women have to be educated on it. Hormone replacement therapies are great for women going through menopausal symptoms and also helping to prevent long-term adverse impacts of loss of estrogen. So this is great news. As always, not every woman is a candidate for hormone replacement therapies, but at least if we can get accurate information out there, and if we can get FDA putting the correct information out there for women and for doctors too, critically important that they understand the benefits of estrogen and how important it is for women to replenish that loss when they go through menopause. So anyway, the panel was done. Let's see what happens now. FDA hasn't done anything yet, but at least they're listening, and they're very much about providing accurate information to women. So keep an eye out for it. I'll keep you up to speed. Have the blood panels done. Talk to your doctors. Get in the gym. Lift the weights. You know where to find me. Like this video. Share this video. See you soon.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, we have a doctor. Breast cancer controversies go deep. Get your tinfoil hat if you dig into one. Yeah, you know why? Because the thing that they tell you to get to make sure you don't have breast cancer, mammograms, cause breast cancer. That's why they moved the year you should start getting it back about 5 years. And also, the breast cancer that checks for is normally not the deadly breast cancer. The breast cancer that's deadly doesn't show up on a mammogram. Reality exists. There's also many, many, many other things about stuff like that. Like when the data is actually looked at, which is why I've been right about so many things where doctors have been wrong. When the data is actually looked at, things like sunscreen. Sunscreen is cancer lotion. Everybody understands that, right? Most sunscreens are literally cancer lotion. They have carcinogens in them. And by the way, we evolved for hundreds of thousands of fucking years to be in the sun. Way before polarized lenses and way before fucking sunscreen. So everybody relax a little bit, especially because we used to spend so much more time in the sun, and now we don't. Most people do not spend time in the sun, barely at all, on any given day. The Women's Health Initiative was the single worst study for women. It really was. It was horrible, 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 horrible. Everything comes with risk. The question is, do whatever risks HRT might present to women, are they enough? It presents very low risk. It presents very, very low risk. The argument is that the standard of data, it makes the argument very, 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 very easy to say that HRT is way healthier to take than have low hormone levels. Beyond anything. For quality of life, health span, cognitive ability, bone density, strength, libido, happiness, mood stabilization, it's not even close. It's not even close. And women are enough. The HRT might present to women are enough to be so reluctant to prescribe them. No, they are just not taught that it's important. They're not reluctant. They are fucking stupid. You guys have to understand that. This is not in any way true. They're not reluctant. They're against it because they're taught to be against it, and they don't go against the system at all. They don't do their own research. Doctors are programmed bots. Some of them are just better programmed. No offense, Alan. Alan is not a program bot. He is somebody that went to medical school, realized it's full of shit, and he's excelling outside. If they stay in it, they're just fucking bots repeating shit. They're going to be replaced by AI very shortly. I had a full-on allergic reaction to HRT. You did not have the reaction to HRT. You had the reaction to whatever was in the HRT, and you could possibly use a gel or something like that instead. You are not allergic to progesterone, estrogen, or testosterone. I can guarantee you're not allergic to it because it is bioidentical and it is already produced in your system. You are allergic to the additives that they put into it, and then maybe if you get a different brand. I'm just saying. I always wondered why I have to get a mammogram every year, so they can give you radiation on your boob. They can squeeze your boob flat and give you radiation. That's literally why. If your doctor keeps bugging me to get a mammogram, I keep forgetting to schedule it. Snaps. Funny. There are many controversies in medicine that I am discovering. I can't keep up. There's many, many, many. Yep. You were a program bot. You're not now, though. You're not now. All right. So listen, I'm going to go hang out with the wife for a little bit. I wanted to say one more time, by the way, folks, here is our 6-month healthy holiday special. Please do take us up on this offer. It is daily communication, weekly video conferences, and we have some big, very incredibly, extremely positive changes coming up for our coaching and our app and stuff like that. So if you are going to if you always want to get into coaching, this is $199 for 6 months. It is never, ever going to be that cheap again. I can guarantee it because we are definitely improving things. And if you get it, you're grandfathered in and you are going to love the changes that are added onto it. And if you're just on the app, you're going to love the changes that are added onto it too. We've got big surprises coming. I hope that we can work with many of you. My name is Alan Roberts. I hope you all have a fabulous fucking day. I will be back tomorrow. God damn.